Shalom, shalom, giving our praises to the Most High and His Son Yahushua. We're here on this new channel today because Esau stopped us from streaming live on the other channel. So we will be building this channel up. This will be our classroom setting channel. So I was prepared for this, but I didn't know it was going to come this fast. But today's class is called the destruction of Nicanor. It's really talking about the death of an Edomite man for afflicting our peoples. You know, so these things that we're bringing out, this High Holy Day next week. We also have the Feast of Purim coming up too for two Edomites. Y'all gonna learn this Wednesday and next Wednesday how much they love y'all. Y'all gonna learn how much these devils love y'all. Love is just a word that someone used to trick you. You ever had a woman tell you she love you and be treating you like, or a man that tell you he love you? Just a way, it's just a trick word because it's action behind love. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 8:20. Book of Isaiah 8:20. Read out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 1. To the law.
Say, to the law. They tell us our law was done away with. Read on.
And to the testimony.
And to the testimony. Read.
If they speak not according to this word.
If they speak not according to this Bible. Read.
It is because there is no light in them.
There is no light in a man. There is no light in Big Mama. There is no light in your pastor. There is no light in your neighborhood because everybody is walking charcoal, man. So these things that we have to understand that, read that again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
I don't care who you're speaking to, what family member you're speaking to. There is no light in them. Because most of them conversations are bad. Let's go to the book of Romans 15:4. Why? What we do, we're bringing this back to your remembrance of our forefathers. Because that's the class I'm going in on this week. This 7th Black History Month. We're going to show y'all Israelite history. And it ain't 1 month. And it ain't a bunch of sellout coons that sold us out. Read that right quick.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
What was written before times.
Were written for our learning.
Were written for our learning. Everything in this Bible was written for our learning. Because we was going to get robbed of our identity. So now we have to be retaught who we are. Read.
That we, through patience. Some people ain't got that yet. Because when they come into the truth, they still got that wicked spirit on them. It takes time. Read. And comfort.
And comfort of the scriptures. Read.
Of the scriptures.
Read.
Might have hope.
Might have what?
Hope.
That's what we're pleading and praying for. The destruction of this kingdom. We're praying for the downfall of Babylon and all the countries that got our peoples in bondage, because it's just not here in America. It's around the world. So we're just not teaching for America. We're teaching to the world. This truth is going to go out to the four corners of the world. Then Yahushua is coming. Let's get that first sheet out. The destruction, really the death of Nicanor. Let's see how our forefathers felt about this demon, this Edomite. Read.
The destruction of Nicanor, the death of Nicanor, a day to remember, the appointed day remembering the destruction of Nicanor is overlooked by most believers today.
See, even some of our peoples in this truth, they don't keep these high holy days. You got a lot of them in these camps today, still straddling both sides of the fence. A lot of them still celebrating birthdays. A lot of them still celebrating these wicked holidays, man. And a lot of them still love mama more than they love Yahweh. Read on.
This is unfortunate, as it remembers a very important moment for the Israelites in the scriptures and symbolizes true human liberation and morality. For this very reason, it should also resonate with all believers.
It's going to resonate with all believers, man, because we got a power behind us. Some of y'all just ain't there yet, man. You have to truly believe like the prophets of old. Read on.
Here, I will give the background to this important appointed day according to biblical interpretation and what led it to being appointed. To understand why this day was appointed, you need to read the Apocrypha or hidden scriptures.
This is the hidden book, man. That's why they took this book out, man. This is some of the most damaging scriptures to Esau. So you have to understand, these devils understand what we doing here, man. Don't take it for a game. They ain't watching and listening. And a lot of them are bigger subscribers on there where you just see the letter. They watching everything we do, man, because they know this kingdom is done for. Read on.
This will shed light on the events that led up to the destruction of Nicanor. So who was Nicanor? Nicanor was a Greek general that was appointed by King Demetrius around 160 BC.
See, Nicanor was a Greek general. You might well say an American general. That's all. They the same peoples.
That's right.
They won't. It's like when they make movies, they don't make them to give you no understanding. They make them to lead you away from the truth. All of their movies are like that. Read on.
This is just 160 years before the Messiah was born. He was given the task of going to war with the Jews' army, the leader of which was Judas Maccabees at the time. This period was just after Alexander the Greek had died, leaving his kingdom to his generals.
Alexander the Freak, the homosexual. They are known homosexuals, man. The Catholic Church is the #1 pedophile that they operate in darkness right in front of everybody's face. And you got people that still send their children up in there. The churches are just the same way. You got a lot of homosexual pastors. I guess Eddie Long wasn't a homosexual. So these are known facts, man. So you got to be careful where you send your children at today. Read.
King Demetrius was through the lineage of Ptolemy, one of the generals that took over a portion of Alexander's kingdom when he died, and it was divided.
His kingdom was divided. You got to understand, they was in everybody's land, rape, robbing, stealing, and killing. That's what they love. They love war. Read on.
At this time, there was a lot of war in the land of the Jews around the Middle East and Israel. Even this created divisions among the Jews themselves.
See, some of our people, man, that's why when I tell y'all at these jobs, let them alone, man. Some of these Negroes are white. Think they white. Some of them are deep down inside an Edomite. Read on.
Which caused many to side with the Greeks or European sinful customs and denounce the one true power.
See, you think they ain't here today? They're your sheriff, your congressman, some of them are your doctors, your dentists. You got a lot of them that are in power here and don't do nothing for their nations. Oprah Winfrey, all of these actors that our peoples love, and they won't do nothing Oprah went to Africa and built a school, I guess, to molest little girls, because that's what's going on over there. Some entertainer rapper, I forget his name, went over there and had built electric over there for the people. Acorn. Sound like he look. But you think about it, Magic Johnson. See, I'm gonna start targeting these sissified, pestified, homicide Israelites that are traitors to their own peoples. These peoples won't do nothing for their nation, and our peoples love them. Michael Jordan ain't never done nothing for you, and you still go buy his shoes. I would never go in the store and spend $100. See, our peoples are so brainwashed, they in this truth, but they still acting like they out there in the world. They still in competition. In Israel, you got a lot of these so-called black peoples that have billions of dollars. And they always talking about these rappers. All of them are homosexuals, man. They're not going to do nothing for you, so don't buy their music. Since they're not standing up, I would personally start attacking them. I would personally start bringing videos out, because they need to stand up, man, and quit being a coward. Now let's go to 1 Maccabees 1:1.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1.
1 and 11.
Chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
See, y'all thinking it's just back then. It's today too, man. These same spirits are here today. Wicked men and wicked women. Read on.
Who persuaded many.
They persuade many.
Saying.
They persuade many through their entertainment business, through their rap music, through their basketball careers, through their football careers. They persuade many. Read.
Saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
See, the heathens are the other nations. Why you think they had Esther calling Fred and them that all the time? These devils use sight games on us, man. They are the heathens. Read.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
That's how some of our peoples feel, man. They can see that Esau is slaughtering our peoples. Now that's the class I'm gonna be going into Monday night, the genocide of the 12 tribes of Israel. And I'm gonna show you how they killing y'all. Some of y'all running into them restaurants, spending y'all money, are fools, man. I would not give this devil $1. How we gonna take down the oppressor when you study helping him out? Let's go to Isaiah 28:15. Esau want to turn it up? I'm gonna turn it up. I'm working for the Most High.
That's right.
I have no fear of you. Read that right quick, God.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 15.
Start at verse 14.
Verse 14. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men.
See, these are the peoples in leadership roles around here, man. What did the Most High call them?
Ye scornful men.
Most High call them scornful men, man. These people got a hatred for their own nation. And then we always out there, people's always, y'all can't put the how we gonna come together and y'all like that stream? How you gonna get together with wicked niggas, man? How we gonna be somewhere in the wilderness and we got people's in here stealing food, worrying about how much juicy juice they baby get or something? Don't want no order. You can't go and build a nation with wicked people, scornful men too, because they'll be amongst them. They still look up. You can tell even in Israel. Some of our people still look up to these fake entertainers, man. Soon as they see one with fringes on, he on everybody's Facebook. But the brothers out here doing the work, they ain't got no time for him. The brother out there in them corners, every 7, bringing this truth out. You'll never see him posting pictures of him. But let LeBron James put some fringes on, or Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. See, they love them, man. That's because their mind still toe down. Read it again.
Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men.
Most High is giving them a warning because he finna start taking them out. Read on.
That rule this people which is in Jerusalem.
See, they rule out people's mind, man. Read on.
Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
What they made a covenant with?
With death.
If our peoples are following them, what are they making a covenant with?
With death.
Read.
And with hell are we at agreement.
See, they're in agreement with it, man. Read on.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
See, they don't think because they got some money, this ain't gonna touch them. Magic Johnson will get his head tore off too, man. Right. Michael Jordan will get his neck snapped too. Oprah Winfrey will get her neck popped too. The Most High ain't playing, man. Read on.
For we have made lies our refuge.
That's how our peoples are, man. They have made lies their refuge. Read.
And under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
They think they don't hid themselves, man. Black Messiah sees all things, man. Let's go to the book of Maccabees, 1 Maccabees 3 and 38. Ain't nobody gonna hide. Ain't nobody getting away with it, man. Because you can go out on your yacht and have a good time and pop up your Don Perignon or whatever garbage you want to drink. And your people, you can go get a $800 bottle of wine and won't give a dime to your brother that's living out there in the street, man. Read, Doc.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 38. Then Lysias chose Ptolemy, the son of Doromeus, and Nicanor, and Georgias, mighty men of the king's friends.
Read on.
And with them he sent 40,000 footmen and 7,000 horsemen to go into the land of Judah.
Because at this time, it was the Greeks oppressing us, man. That's why I say there's no difference between Jew and Greek. See, when you ask them about this part of the Bible, they say the Catholic Church said it went, who would listen to these pedophiles, man? These little boy lovers. Right. Madness. And you got some camps out here that says that. Well, the Catholic Church, you're not an Israelite then. Read on.
And to destroy it.
And to do what?
Destroy it.
Read.
As the king commanded.
Read on.
So they went forth with all their power and came and pitched by Emmaus in the plain country.
Read.
And the merchants of the country, hearing the fame of them.
Hearing the fame of the Greeks, man. This is when they was coming into power. Read on.
Took silver and gold very much with servants, and came into the camp to buy the children of Israel for slaves.
Man, this has been going on for some centuries. Our people just don't understand. I understand when you go out there into those neighborhoods, you see a destroyed nation, man. Nobody say help them. But we the Israelites, we gonna come out there and help. But they got to come to the light. We can't help you if you don't want to get fed the truth. We can't help you. Read on.
A power also of Syria and of the land of the Philistines joined themselves unto them.
So ain't no other nation catching a break, man. They all had their hands in on our slavery, man. So the one at the China where you're getting your hair from, the ones with the slanted eye, they're not catching them, but them just Esau's up in there, man. Why you think all these nations wear suits? If they was the true peoples, they would be wearing their true garments.
That's right.
All of the Chinamans, the Japanese, Ishmael, there were a little they garment, but we know that they're not the original people. The original peoples are dark skinned, man. This whole society is witchcraft. First Maccabees 7:26.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 26. Then the king sent Nicanor, one of his honorable princes, a man that bare deadly hate unto Israel.
Hold on, he bared what?
Deadly hate unto Israel.
Our people just don't understand it. They got a history, man. So I guess when they freed us in 1865, they don't do this anymore. These are the same devils here today. Read.
With commandment to destroy the people.
He had what?
With commandment to destroy the people.
This is why we celebrating this high holy day, man. God, this was a wicked Edomite. Read on.
So Nicanor came to Jerusalem with a great force, and sent unto Judas and his brethren deceitfully with friendly words, saying,
hold up. That's how they come to you, don't it? When the first police officer come to you, he come to you with friendly words, deceitful words. Sirach 12:10. Let's see what the Most High say. See, when you have an understanding of the Bible, you'll have an understanding of how to deal with the snake. Because he speaks with a forked tongue.
Chapter 12 and verse 10.
Read.
Never trust thine enemy.
I don't understand it. People understand what never means. Never, 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 never. Never trust them. Even when you at work, they got good words at work. Oh, Johnny, you're doing a good job, man. We're thinking about promoting you. Next week, you get a pink slip. That was your promotion. Read it again.
Never trust thine enemy.
Read on.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So the Most High like giving you an analogy, as iron rusted, as over a period of time, he's gonna get wickeder. Ain't no going back for this demon. Let's go back. First Maccabees 7. Hold up. Where we at? 7:26.
Just says 27.
Oh, I want to read that down. But let's go to Second Maccabees. It's a lot of meat in there, man. Let's go to Second Maccabees 14:1. Yeah. It's gonna deal with the same thing over here, man. I want to get that demon. I don't have no peace for her, man. That's right. Read up. It say, never trust thy enemy. Hold up. So when you're going to buy a car, you're supposed to trust it. When you're going into your bank, you're supposed to trust him. When you're going to work, do you trust him? Never means never. Ever, ever, never trust the snake. Because they speak with forked tongues, man. That's why they always peace, 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 peace. Why they already plotting to destroy you. Read up.
The book of Second Maccabees, chapter 14 and verse 1. After 3 years was Judas informed that Demetrius, the son of Seleucus, having entered by the haven of Tripolis with a great power and navy.
See, that was the coast of Syria. See, read on.
Had taken the country and killed Antiochus and Lysias, his protector.
They kill their own people, man. Do you think they kill it? They care about you? A lot of them people are dying by the flu shot because they got flu shots 5, 6, 7 years ago. Now it's just reacting to kill them. See, but in our body, see, we go out there and get that vitamin D. A lot of that stuff dies off. All this stuff is really plotting to kill us. They probably just, and some of our people gonna be up in there like a fool getting that flu shot stuck in them. I ain't never had the flu, so why would I go get a flu shot? That's right. That's stupidity to have the disease injected in you. Oh, people. Read on.
Now one Alcimus.
This was an Israelite.
who had been high priest.
He was a high priest.
And had defiled himself willfully in the times of their mingling with the Gentiles.
You got a lot of people just like this knucklehead here, man. Willfully defiled themselves. Read on.
Seeing that by no means he could save himself, nor have any more access to the holy altar, came to King Demetrius in the 115th year,
150 BC,
presenting unto him a crown of gold and a palm, and also of the boughs which were used solemnly in the temple.
Those boughs was the main branches of the tree. You see how our people, man, they like to lay down, man. Those are the house niggas. Cause I know I'm guarantee you I'm a field nigga.
That's right.
See, cause some of our people, Esau took the collar off our neck. They free. You can't tell them nothing, nigga. You still that's just game. You still a slave. See, because if you had that change on your neck, you'll be trying to get free. But he took the change off your neck. I'm free. You still a slave here, man. I'm like that. I'm like them Clint Eastwood in that Alcatraz movie. I'm fighting every day to get out, man. I'm fighting every day to get off this rock.
That's right.
Some of our people ain't fighting to get off this rock. They comfortable here. They comfortable being slaves. Read on.
And so that day he held his peace. Howbeit, having gotten opportunity to further his foolish enterprise.
His foolish enterprise, read.
And being called into council by Demetrius, and asked how the Jews stood affected, and what they intended, he answered thereunto.
Read on.
Those of the Jews that be called Assyrians, whose captain is Judas Maccabeus, nourish war.
He what?
Nourish war.
See, he was feeding his people, man. Read on.
And are seditious.
Now they're calling them troublemakers. Read.
And will not let the realm be in peace.
See, that's how they feel about us. We troublemakers, man. We ain't buying the master no more. Master can drop dead, man. That's right. I wouldn't shed a tear if I wake up tomorrow morning, every last one of them dead. That's right. Read.
Therefore I, being deprived of mine ancestors' honor, I mean the high priesthood, am now come hither. First, verily for the unfeigned care I have of things pertaining to the king.
Unfair, real or true. Read.
And secondly, even for that I intend the good of my own countrymen, for all our nation is in no small misery through the unadvised dealing of them aforesaid.
They say without advice or counsel.
Wherefore, O king, seeing thou knowest all things, be careful for the country and our nations, which is pressed on every side.
See, we pressed on every side, man. Read on.
According to the clemency that thou...
The clemency, the mercy, read.
That thou readily shewest unto all.
See, some of our peoples are some Uncle Tom, man. These peoples ain't never showed us no mercy here. That's right. Why you think you can go into any city and our peoples are in the ghettos, man? That's to let you know something ain't right. Name me one city that our people have came up in and they run in the city. Don't say Atlanta, ain't nothing but a bunch of homosexuals there, man. Don't say Washington, D.C., man. What small town that we are in, they even went down in Rosewood and killed all the peoples, man. Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. You think they're going to let you be in peace? This demon don't know how to let you be in peace, man. Read.
For as long as Judas liveth, it is not possible that the state should be quiet.
See, they understood. Our forefathers back then, man, got down. These Negroes today, man, they very effeminate. They just act, and a lot of these young men that's being raised by their mama, they act just like the woman. Read.
This was no sooner spoken of him, but others of the king's friends, being maliciously set against Judas,
ill will, read,
did more incense Demetrius.
Read.
And forthwith calling Nicanor, who had been master of the elephants, and making him governor over Judea, he sent him forth, commanding him to slay Judas.
Commanding him to do what?
Slay Judas.
You think they ain't commanding them to do that? The Most High won't let them touch us, man. See, they can't touch us. Read on.
And to scatter them that were with him.
See, and that's what they try to do. But what that song JJ and them used to sing? Divided we fall, tighter than pantyhose.
United we stand, divided we fall. Two sides pantyhose, say two sides small.
See? Read on.
And to make Alcimus high priest of the great temple.
See, they want to put an Uncle Tom up there, man. It's always an Uncle Tom that they want to rise up like they do Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. What was that dude's name? Ben Carson. You name them, they put them up there. Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. And he didn't even want to be black, did he? Well, I tell you what. Read on.
Then
the heathens, read,
that had fled out of Judea from Judas, came to Nicanor by flocks, thinking the harm and calamities,
the disaster
of the Jews to be their welfare.
Read on.
Now when the Jews heard of Nicanor's coming, and that the heathen were up against them, they cast earth upon their heads, and made supplication to him that had established his people forever.
See, our people don't know how to pray, man. We ain't got to that yet, because we still whining about little things here, man. Cast your cares on the Most High. Do the work. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got to do the work first, man. Our forefathers, this is why we're bringing this pure remembrance of what went on back then to install the righteous spirit on our peoples. Read on.
And who always helpeth his portion with manifestation of his presence.
See, he's going to help us, man. He's helping us today. Read on.
So at the commandment of the captain, they removed straightways from thence, and came near unto them at the town of Tissal.
Read on.
Now Simon, Judas' brother, had joined battle with Nicanor, but was somewhat discomfited through the sudden silence of his enemies.
They had stopped fighting. Read on.
Nevertheless, Nicanor, hearing of the manliness,
hearing of the bravery, the strongness of our peoples, read,
of them that were with Judas, and the courageousness that they had to fight for their country, durst not try the matter by the sword.
He didn't want to see. He's coming with trickery, man. This is how they get us all the time. Trickery. Read on.
Wherefore he sent Posidonius and Theodotus and Mattathias to make peace. So when they had taken long advisement,
that's consideration
thereupon, and the captain had made the multitude acquainted therewith.
Acquaintance, aware. Read on.
And it appeared that they were all of one mind.
See, read on. Hey, that's what they tell us today, but read on.
They consented to the covenant.
Read on.
And appointed a day to meet in together by themselves. And when the day came, and stools were set for either of them, Judas placed armed men ready in convenient places, lest some treachery should be suddenly practiced by the enemies.
That's betrayal. That treachery is betrayal by our enemies. Read that again. See, Judas had the understanding of our enemy, man. Some of us don't have that. Esau tell some of y'all, man, y'all go, man. Esau said he ain't gonna do it this time, man. And here you come. I'm gonna put a sword through you, because I know you got a weak nature. We can't have weak natures around us. We can't have people thinking that this man has got some good. This man, give me Habakkuk 2 and 4 right quick. Give me Habakkuk 2 and 4. Habakkuk 2 and 4. We have to get this out of our head, man. We have to get this out of our head that there is some good in this man. Habakkuk 2 and 4.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
It's not upright in him, man. These people are not in a righteous mind state, man. That's all we need on that. That lets you know you're dealing with a demon, man. You don't know what this person liable to do. Look at what Cato did. He wanted to get rich off OJ. Talking about he heard a thump. OJ probably was in the house sleeping. But where we at?
Verse 22.
Read.
Judas placed on men ready in convenient places, lest some treachery should be suddenly practiced by the enemy.
Read on.
So they made a peaceable conference.
Read.
Now Nicanor abode in Jerusalem.
Oh, he stayed in Jerusalem. Read on.
And did no hurt.
He did no hurt. Read.
But sent away the people that came flocking unto him.
You see how people were flocking unto him, man? That's how they see one. If Esau walking here, every head will snap. Except mine, I'd be snapping his. Read on.
And he would not willingly have Judas out of his sight, for he loved the man from his heart.
You hear this devil, man. Read on.
He prayed him also to take a wife and to beget children. So he married, was quiet, and took part of this life. But Alcimus, perceiving the love that was betwixt them, and considering the covenants that were made, came to Demetrius.
So you see this sellout, man. Y'all better understand this. It's called get in and get out. Go to work and go home. You got some real good sellouts still, and they really gone now. Read on.
And told him that Nicanor was not well affected toward the state, for that he had ordained Judas.
He had appointed, that ordained, say he had appointed Judas. So this coon went to go tell the king. Sellouts, man. Read.
A traitor to his realm.
A traitor to his kingdom, man. Read.
To be the king's successor. Then the king, being enraged.
You know how the Edomites get, man. They got the police department ain't doing their duties, man. They'll get pissed off. Read on.
And provoked with the accusations of the most wicked men.
The most wicked men. What? The most wicked men. Read on.
Wrote to Nicanor, signifying that he was much displeased with the covenant.
He was pissed off, man. So when we got an Edomite talking, well, we're going to work together. Believe me, they not. Read on. We're going to show you how Nicanor changed. Read.
And commanding him that he should send Maccabeus prisoner in all haste unto Antioch.
He say, in all haste. Now, read.
When this came to Nicanor's hearing, he was much confounded in himself.
He was annoyed. Read.
And took it grievously that he should make void the articles which were agreed upon, the man being in no fault.
See, that's how it is with us. We are in no fault, man, for trying to teach our people the truth. Read on.
But because there was no dealing against the king,
no wrong, read.
He watched his time to accomplish this thing by policy.
Read on.
Notwithstanding, when Maccabeus saw that Nicanor began to be churlish unto him,
he was very rude unto him, man. That's how they can change just like that, man. Read on.
And that he entreated him more roughly than he was wont. Perceiving that such sour behavior came not of good, he gathered together not a few of his men and withdrew himself from Nicanor.
Y'all better understand that. Read on.
But the other, knowing that he was notably prevented by Judas' policy, came into a great holy temple and commanded the priests that were offering their usual sacrifices to deliver him the man.
You hear what Nicanor wanted, man? He wanted Judith. He have to follow orders, man. Read on.
And when they swore that they could not tell where the man was,
where Judas was,
whom he sought,
read on.
he stretched out his right hand toward the temple.
He stretched out his right hand towards the temple.
And made an oath in this manner.
And he made an oath in this manner.
If ye will not deliver me Judas as a prisoner, I will lay this temple of God even with the ground.
Even he gonna break it all down. Read.
And I will break down the altar.
Read on.
And erect a notable temple unto Bacchus.
Satan, the so-called white race. Read.
After these words he departed. Then the priests lifted up their hands toward heaven.
They started praying, man.
And besought him that was ever a defender of their nation.
They besought Yahweh. Read on.
Saying in this manner.
Read.
Thou, O Lord of all things.
Read on.
Who has need of nothing.
Who has need of nothing. Read on.
Was pleased that the temple of thine habitation should be among us.
Read on.
Therefore now, O holy Lord of all holiness, keep this house ever undefiled.
Keep this house pure, man. Keep this house perfect. Read.
Which lately was cleansed.
Read on.
And stop every unrighteous mouth.
And stop every unrighteous mouth. Read.
Now was there accused unto Nicanor one Rassus.
This was an Israelite.
One of the elders of Jerusalem. A lover of his country.
What are we?
A lover of his country.
Read on.
And a man of very good report, who for his kindness was called a father of the Jews.
He was called what?
A father of the Jews.
Read on.
For in the former times, when they mingled not themselves with the Gentiles.
See, when the Israelites, they didn't mingle themselves with the Gentiles. Read.
He had been accused of Judaism, and did boldly jeopard his body and life with all vehemency for the religion of the Jews.
Read on.
So Nicanor, willing to declare the hate.
Hold up, the love.
The hate.
That's when they tell you they love you, they saying they hate you, man. Read.
That he bare unto the Jews.
Read.
Sent above 500 men of war to take him.
To take him, to kill him, man. Read on.
For he thought by taking him to do the Jews much hurt.
Read on.
Now when the multitude,
the enemies,
would have taken the tower and violently broken into the outer door, and bade that fire should be brought to burn it.
And bidded that fire. That's how they get down. That's how they did Tulsa, Oklahoma, didn't it? That's how they did the Moors in 1986, didn't it?
That's right.
That's how they did Rosewood, didn't it?
That's right.
That's how they used to do all peoples down in and all over the planet, man. They ain't stopped. Read on.
He, being ready to be taken on every side, fell upon his sword.
See, this Israelite man, he was a hero. He tried to take his own self. Read.
Choosing rather to die manfully.
To die what?
Manfully.
Because these cowards, they not manfully, man, out here. They be shooting and bullets hitting everybody else. The person that they shooting at over there smoking a cigarette. That's how they not manfully no more, man. Read on.
Than to come into the hands of the wicked.
Read on.
To be abused otherwise than beseemed his noble birth.
To be seen, be fitted. Read.
But missing his stroke through haste.
He missed his heart through haste. Read.
The multitude also rushing within the door.
These are the enemies. Read.
He ran boldly up to the wall and cast himself down manfully among the thickest of them.
See, he tried to kill himself amongst them. Read.
But they quickly giving back.
See, they drew back. Read.
And a space being made, he fell down into the midst of the void place.
The empty place. Read on.
Nevertheless, while there was yet breath within him,
this man still living, trying to kill himself, man. Read on.
Being inflamed with anger, he rose up, and though his blood gushed out like spouts of water, and his wounds were grievous, yet he ran through the midst of the throng, and standing upon a steep rock. When as his blood was now quite gone, he plucked out his bowels, and taking them in both his hands, he cast them upon the throne and calling upon the Lord of life and spirit.
He called upon the Lord of life and spirits, read.
To restore him.
To regenerate him.
Those again.
See, those again, read.
He thus died.
He thus died. He prayed to his God, man. He understood he can bring him right back. That's power, man.
That's right.
That's power that we don't know that we have here. Esau wanted to wipe all our memories out of everything that we have. See, but we're bringing it back to y'all. Read up. Yeah, verse 15 and 1.
But Nicanor, hearing that Judas and his company were in the strong places about Samaria, resolved without any danger to set upon them on the Sabbath day.
He was going out to make war because he know our people's rest on the Sabbath. They have known to attack us on our day of rest, man. This is how the snake is. Read on.
Nevertheless, the Jews that were compelled to go with him said, "O destroy not so cruelly and barbarously, but give honor to that day."
The seventh day.
Which he that seeth all things,
Yahushua,
hath honored with holiness above other days.
Read on.
Then the most ungracious wretch,
the scoundrel, villain, read.
Demanded, if there were a mighty one.
If there were a mighty, that's how they treating us today. Where is he? Read on.
In heaven.
In heaven, read.
That had commanded the Sabbath day to be kept.
Read on.
And when they said, there is in heaven a living Lord.
They told him there was in heaven a living Lord. Read.
And mighty.
And what?
And mighty.
And read on.
Who commanded the seventh day to be kept.
He said they understood. They was telling him. See, when you play with the power, there's judgment behind it. Read on.
Then said the other.
Read.
And I also am mighty upon earth.
See, this is Nicanor saying he's mighty upon earth. Read.
I command to take arms and to do the king's business.
He said he there to do the king's business. Read.
Yet he obtained not to have his wicked will done.
Read on.
Nicanor, in exceeding pride and haughtiness, determined to set up a public monument.
A known. He was setting up their monument. Read on.
Of his victory over Judas and them that were with him.
Read on.
But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him.
That's how we are, man. That's how y'all have to be. We have to have confidence that our God is going, our power is going to help us. Read on.
Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them.
See, he exhorted his peoples. See, that's what we're doing. We're doing the same job. Read on.
But to remember the help which in former times they had received from heaven, and now to accept the victory and said, which should come unto them from the Almighty.
From who?
The Almighty.
Read on.
And so comforted them out of the law and the prophets.
Read.
And withal putting them in mind of the battles that they won afore, he made them more cheerful.
That's what these scriptures making y'all. Read on.
And when he had stirred up their minds.
See, they're doing the same job. We're here to stir up y'all minds, man, with the truth. Because they don't want y'all to have this information. Read on.
He gave them their charge.
He gave them their commandments.
Showing them therewithal the falsehood of the heathen.
We're showing y'all the falsehood of this devil, man, of this red dragon. Read.
And the breach of oath.
And the breach of oath. Then they do it with our brothers, the Native Americans. They're never gonna keep no oath, man. Read.
Does he arm every one of them, not so much with defense of shields and spears, as with comfortable and good words.
That's what we're doing, man. That's all we're doing. We're bringing the truth to the light. And we're being hated on for reading out the Bible. That's their biggest objective with us. Because we're coming out the scriptures. They want us to believe John 3:16 over the whole Bible. Oh, you got John 3:16. Shut that Bible, man. It ain't no good. Read on.
And beside that, he told them a dream worthy worthy to be believed, as if it had been so indeed, which did not a little rejoice then. And this was his vision, that Onias, who had been high priest, a virtuous and a good man, reverend in conversation, gentle in condition, well spoken also, and exercised from a child in all points of virtue, holding up his hands, prayed for the whole body of the Jews.
That's what we always should do. Pray for our peoples, man. Read on.
This done, in like manner, there appeared a man with gray hair.
This was Jeremiah the prophet, man. Read it again.
This done,
After he prayed,
in like manner, there appeared a man with gray hair.
Read.
And exceeding glorious,
Read on.
who was of a wonderful and excellent majesty. Then Onias answered, saying, this is a lover of the brother.
This is a who?
Lover of the brother.
Man, you can tell love of the brothers, man. You don't never see them into it with nobody. And when they call, he coming. Read on.
Who prayed much for the people and for the holy city, to wit, Jeremiah the prophet of God.
Read on.
Whereupon Jeremiah, holding forth his right hand, gave to Judas a sword of gold.
He gave to him a what?
Sword of gold.
And he gave him a pure gold sword, man. Read on.
And in giving it spake thus, take this holy sword.
All you got to do is bring it today. I wouldn't quit working until every Edomite head is on the front. Read.
A gift from God.
A what?
A gift from God.
Read on.
With the which thou shalt wound the adversary.
Thou shalt do what?
Wound the adversary.
Read on.
Thus being well comforted by the words of Judas, which were very good, and able to stir them up to valor, and to encourage the hearts of the young men, they determined not to pitch camp, but courageously to set upon them, and manfully to try the matter by conflict, because the city and the sanctuary and the temple were in danger.
Read on.
For the care that they took for their wives and their children, their brethren and kinfolk.
See, they're always talking about brother and kinfolks. This is letting you know that this ain't talking about Esau. So how they keep running to Deuteronomy 23:7, man? Read it again.
For the care that they took for their wives and their children, their brethren and kinfolks, was in the least account with them. But the greatest and principal fear was for the holy temple.
Read on.
Also, they that were in the city took not the least care.
They didn't take the slightest. Read on.
Being troubled for the conflict abroad. And now, when as all looked what should be the trial, and the enemies were already come near, and the army was set in array, and the beasts conveniently placed, and the horsemen set in wings, Maccabees, seeing the coming of the multitude, and the diverse preparations of armor, and the fierceness of the beast, stretched out his hands toward heaven, and called upon the Lord that worketh wonders, knowing that victory cometh not by arms, but even as it seemed good to him, he giveth it to such as are worthy.
Read on.
Therefore, in his prayer, he said after this manner, O Lord, thou didst send thine angel in the time of Ezekiel, king of Judea, and didst slay in the host of Sennacherib 180,5,000.
How many?
180,5,000.
Let's get that in 2 Kings 19:35. 2 Kings 19:35. Let's see. Let's see how they understood the scriptures, man. They understood the forefathers. Let's see what happened.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 19, verse 35. And it came to pass that night that the angel of the Lord went out and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses.
They was all what?
Dead corpses.
Y'all better understand the power, man. We don't fear the enemy. He fear us. You see how they look at you when you walk past them? White man won't even look you in the eye. Okay. They fear us. That's a natural fear they have of us. Let's go back. 2 Maccabees 15 and 22 again.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 15, verse 22. Therefore, in his prayer he said after this manner,
See,
O Lord, thou didst send thine angel in the time of Ezekiel, king of Judea, and didst slay in the host of Sennacherib 185,000.
see, it's the power in the prayer, man. Read on.
Wherefore now also, O Lord of heaven, send a good angel before us for a fear and dread unto them.
Read on.
And through the might of thine arm, let those be stricken with terror that come against thy holy people to blaspheme. And he ended thus. Then Nicanor and they that were with him came forward with trumpets and songs. But Judas and his company encountered the enemies with invocation and prayer.
You know what they came with? In the name of the Most High and His Son Yahushua. That's what they came with. That's right. That's our power. Read on.
Scud that fighting with their hands and praying unto God with their hearts. They slew no less than 35,000 men. For through the appearance of God, they were greatly cheered.
They were what?
Greatly cheered.
What's going to happen in the last day?
Greatly cheered.
Read on.
Now when the battle was done, returning again with joy, they knew that Nicanor lay dead in his harness.
And his cart, read.
Then they made a great shout and a noise, praising the Almighty in their own language.
We're going to be praising the Almighty in our own Hebrew tongue. So read.
And Judas, who was ever the chief and defender of the citizens, both in body and mind,
read,
and who continued his love toward his countrymen,
towards his brothers and sisters, read,
all his life,
read on,
commanded to strike off Nicanor's head.
They cut his head off, man. See, we don't play, man. Y'all think it ain't gonna be no snappings of the neck soon? Read on.
And his hand with his shoulder.
They cut his whole that whole arm off, man. Read.
And bring them to Jerusalem.
And they brought them to Jerusalem. Read.
So when he was there, and he called them of his nation together, and set the priests before the altar, he sent for them that were of the tower.
Read on.
And shewed them vile Nicanor's head.
Dreadful Nicanor's head.
And the hand of that blasphemer.
That one that was pointing at that, talking about taking that tower down. Read.
Which with proud brags he had stretched out against the holy temple of the Almighty.
Read on.
And when he had cut out the tongue of that ungodly Nicanor.
Y'all don't understand, man. They cut his tongue out too, man. Read. Hold up. What did Exodus 11 and 7 say?
Most High is a man of war.
Nah. Exodus 11 and 7. Shall not a dog move his tongue? Hold up, let's get it right quick. Get that Exodus 11 and 7 right quick, man. Let's show you how the power get down, man. Dealing with these dragons. Exodus 11 and 7.
The book of Exodus, 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel,
read on,
shall not a dog move his tongue.
He say, shall not a dog move his tongue, man. That's right. That's all we need to do. Let's go back here. Where was he at?
Verse 33.
Read on.
And when he had cut out the tongue of that ungodly Nicanor, he commanded that they should give it by pieces unto the fowl.
So they cut it up and gave it to by pieces unto the birds. Read.
And hang up the reward of his madness before the temple.
Read on.
So every man prays toward heaven and the glorious Lord, saying, Blessed be he that hath kept his own place undefiled.
Pure. Read.
He hanged also Nicanor's head upon the tower.
They put his head on the tower, man. Y'all don't know how Israel get down, do you? Nicanor still looking out. Read on.
An evident and manifest sign unto all the help of the Lord.
Read on.
And they ordained all with a common decree in no case to let that day pass without solemnity, but to celebrate the 13th day of the 12th month.
The 13th day, which we're getting close to right now. We in the 12th month. Read.
Which in the Syrian tongue is called Adar.
Adar. Read.
The day before Matothias day.
Read on.
Thus went it with Nicanor, and from that time forth the Hebrews had the city in their power.
Read on.
And here will I make an end, and if I have done well, and as it is fitting the story, it is that which I desire. But if slanderly and meanly, it is that which I could attain unto. For as it is hurtful to drink wine or water alone, and as wine mingled with water is pleasant, the delighteth the taste.
And delighteth the taste.
And delighteth the taste.
Read on.
Even so speech finely framed delighteth the ears of them that read the story. And here shall be an end.
See, so we're learning today what happens when you raise up against the Holy See, man. There is a price to pay. There is a price to pay, Esau. It's going to be a lot of heads rolling, man. This is the truth.
That's right.
It should make you feel good when you leave here tonight.
That's right.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.